On today's show, from Wow Women of Wrestling, we have two great people. Let's start off first with a former Wow World Champion and former Tag Team Champion. Please welcome Santana Garrett.
Hi, guys. This is the real life superhero. Excited to be here.
And we've also got the living legend himself, the creator of Wow Women of Wrestling, David McLane.
Great to be here, Mike, and what a pleasure to be on a podcast here with Santana Garrett. This is a first, never been done in the history of wrestling.
What an honor. Yeah, David, thank you so much. This is exciting.
That's right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Mike Rand Show. And today's special guests are from Wow Women of Wrestling. We've got the former Wow World Champion and Tag Team Champion, Santana Garrett, as well as the creator of Wow Women of Wrestling, David McLane. Hey Santana and David, how are you?
Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for having us. This is an absolute pleasure.
Two thumbs up, Big Mike. How you doing up there in Connecticut?
Good, how are you all doing?
We like that shirt you're wearing. Anybody wanting one, go to WOWE.com and get a shirt. Multiple colors. You've got the nice
Yes.
white on black.
Yeah,
Yep.
that looks great. I don't even have that one. I'm gonna have to talk to my boss.
Oh
Thank you.
boy.
And we've got a great show for you all this weekend. And wow, let me tell you the rundown here. We've got a revenge match because we've got Kara Kai, who's going to be teaming up with the Mighty Might Sugar and Xena Phoenix because she's out for revenge on Ashley Blaze being injured. They're going to go up against Top Tier in a trios match. And that's for the trios championship, correct, David?
Yes. And the reason I hesitated, because I believe I noted it was not, but it is.
Yes. And then Santana, you're also in action. You're going to be going up against Sylvia Sanchez. And we've also got Spring Break 24/7 going up against Chainsaw, Daisy Lane, and Fury. Plus, we've also got the big one, fans. For the championship, the Class Master is going to defend her title against Paula, the Colombian Goat, with, am I understanding this correctly, David, that Samantha Smart and Abilene Maverick will be handcuffed?
That's right. The two managers will not be able to interfere in this weekend's big wow matchup. They'll be handcuffed right to the pole. They won't be able to move. It'll be exciting. Now, I've got to note one thing because I've always being told, and especially it's ringing in my ear with Abilene Maverick. The Colombian goat is Paola. Paola.
Paola. Oh, I'm sorry,
Colombian goat.
Paola. That's right.
Oh my goodness. I butchered the name so many times, and this Abilene ringing in my ear telling me it's unbelievable. So
Oh,
I've
Oh,
with
I
got
don't
her
want Abilene coming
Paola.
screechy
after me.
voice. Oh,
Yes, I apologize, Abilene. Don't come after me for that one.
oh, you know she will.
She
She
will.
she
I'll hear
will.
about this. Now, we've got so much to discuss today. And the first thing I want to ask, though, I want to start with you, David, because you're a pioneer in the history of women's wrestling, creating the all first women's wrestling show back in the day, Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, to now, wow. I want to know, where did you get the idea to come up with an all women's wrestling show? How did that come about?
Well, I was the ring announcer and announcer for a Midwest promotion called WWA, which was owned by Dick the Bruiser, Wilbur Snyder, and a co-promotion with Vern Gagne in Chicago. And Princess Jasmine, an African American wrestler, was one of the female wrestlers at the time. And she was in a match against Candy Divine. And the crowd was going crazy and wild and etc. And I went downstairs and told the Bruiser, hey, we should promote the women wrestling more. I think they could be main event status. And I even did something after the match and asked the fans, how many of you would like to see Candy Divine and Princess Jasmine in a cage match? The crowd went wild, including the Bruiser's wife. And when I went downstairs, uh, told him my idea, he told me I was absolutely nuts. No one would watch it. And the women's wrestling should not be promoted. He said it's the match you put on before the main event, and he was the main event, of course. So people could go get the popcorn, go to the restroom, and get back in the seats for the main event. So at that moment, I said, I think you're wrong. I'm going to pursue this. So that was the idea that evening in Indianapolis at 711 North Pennsylvania Avenue at the Tyndall Armory, probably at about 9:30 at night. That's when the idea went through the head.
And fast forward to today, now we have WoW Women of Wrestling, and it's doing the best it's ever been, David. You guys are at an all-time high. People don't know this, but it's taken a long time, long journey. 25 years WoW started back then. And I want to know, how has the landscape changed from back then to now?
Well, you look at Santana Garrett, who grew up in wrestling, her dad, Kenny G, who I got a chance to meet and know at our last CAC award where she won. Was that Wrestler of the Year you won, Santana?
Yes, that was Wrestler of the Year. I won a couple CAC awards, but that was it for that year.
It was great. And so you asked what's different, Mike. You look at Santana Garrett, and that's what's different. The athleticism, the ability to wrestle, entertain the fans, the whole package is different. You just didn't have that. I think Santana, and especially anyone today that's under anyone that's growing up today in all the sports, even you look at Caitlin Clark in basketball, they're all taking advantage of Title IX. They've all played sports from day one when they got into school. They don't remember the days when they couldn't play. And I think that's the big advantage.
Yep. And Santana, can you tell us, how did you get started in wrestling?
So, as David said, I am a second generation wrestler. I grew up watching wrestling with my dad. I was a huge fan. He was a huge fan. And it was rare that me or any of my, let me count, seven siblings got one-on-one time with either of our parents. And so for me, it was watching wrestling with my dad. I got to see him pursue his dream in becoming a professional wrestler. And that led into me being able to pursue mine.
And Santana, what is it like working for a company that sits here and elevates women? Because you've worked for other organizations in the past, but this is the only all-female women's wrestling organization. How special is this to you?
I honestly, when you said that, I just got goosebumps. I don't know if you can see, but I have goosebumps right now. WoW has and will forever be my home. David, like we talked about earlier, he advocated for women's wrestling in a time where nobody believed in us, and he did. So we owe so much to him, and he's continued to be that trailblazer for all of us. And WoW is something so unique. We're character based. We have a message. We have great storytelling. We have great athleticism. Truly, truly something so unique to the wrestling world and all women. It doesn't get any better than that, especially in this day and age.
Yep. And now, David, WoW is everywhere. It's amazing because you guys are on CBS, CW syndication, you're on YouTube, you're on Vice TV, you're on a 24/7 channel on Pluto TV. But now you just made an announcement last week, a new partnership where you're going to be on a fast channel on Roku. It's going to be a Wrestling Central, I believe is the name of the channel, correct? Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that partnership?
Yes, Roku TV is going to be expanding their sports programming. They're going to be getting into a lot of sports programming in the next year. And we're fortunate vis-a-vis our partner, Paramount Global, to have this relationship now with Roku. And they needed a lot of content for wrestling, and we were able to form this relationship with NWA. And so the fans are really the winners here. They're going to get NWA programming. Santana has been on some of the NWA matches and events, and they can see her on WOW now. And it'll be a combination 24/7 wrestling channel on Roku. And we think this is the first seed dropping into Roku, getting into more professional wrestling. So it's exciting.
Yep. And then we can see past episodes, correct, of WoW on there. So
Oh, yes,
Santana,
that's
in
right.
those past episodes, we're going to be able to see you winning the WoW World Championship, as well as you winning the Tag Team Championship with Amber O'Neil back in the day. But I want to
Mhm.
ask you now, Santana, you've been clawing your way to the top, trying to regain that championship ever since the Beast surprised everyone, left WoW. There was a battle royal and a
Mhm.
tournament. So I want to know, the first thing I want to know is, especially the battle royals. Those are my favorite matches, David. More battle royals we need. I love the battle royals.
Yes,
So
put it in the
Santana,
suggestion box.
tell me about that battle royal, what it was like being in a battle royal.
Okay, so I love battle royal matches just like you. And I tell everyone, I'm like, okay, what do you want to see more of? And so many times I hear I want to see more battle royal matches. They're just so fun, so competitive, and I don't know, it just brings out a different side of me. And honestly, those are some of my favorite matches.
Yeah, I think what I like about the battle royals the most is the element of surprise. You don't know who's gonna win. You really don't, and you could be the best one out there, but guess what? If you're going over that top rope, you're going over that top rope. So it's anybody's game out there. Now,
Exactly.
now in the recent weeks, you've had to compete with, forgive me, I can never say her name.
How they taught me this,
Pa
Mike. How?
Paola,
Like
Paola,
Batman.
that's the way. Okay, Paola.
Yes.
Paula, Genesis, and Classmaster. All three of them you've been having a series of matches with, trying to get that title. What's it like going against all three of them in the ring?
If I'm being totally honest, it's so frustrating. I am just beyond annoyed, and I've expressed this to David. They have these annoying little sidekicks, such as Abilene Maverick, such as Samantha Smart, who continuously find their way to wiggle themselves into our matches and unfortunately causing me many of my matches with these girls.
That is true.
Mm.
Santana was going to win one of the matches, and she went up for the springboard, hit the ropes, bounced up, feet up in the air. She's going to springboard back for her famous pin, and Samantha Smart just pulled the wrist right out from under her, costing her the match. So I can see the frustration.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've got to find a
Just
way to that title, Santana.
I
You'll
you
do it.
know
I
what,
know
Mike?
you
I am
will.
trying. I'm trying.
And now you're in an elite league with, I can only think of one other wrestler, unless I'm wrong, that has been both WoW World Champion and Tag Team Champion, and that is from the Fab Four, Penelope Pink. Now we've been seeing a little implosion there within the Fab Four, and I want to know both of your thoughts on this because Lana is one of my favorites. She's a very good manager, but I don't know what's going on with the Fab Four lately. Can you guys give us any insight?
Two words: big egos. That's what's going on. Big egos.
Absolutely.
And Lana Starr's not doing a great job of managing. I think she saw a diamond in the rough with Holly Swag and brought her in, and she's a bit of a Trojan horse, if you will, spinning and causing a lot of drama amongst the Carlson twins. We all saw this last weekend, Lindsay and Lori put to the test with the two of them in the WoW ring at the same time. If no one saw it, they can watch Vice TV tonight and catch up on it. It'll be on Vice TV tonight. Lindsay and Lori, the twins, settling their differences in the ring. And when they found out what their real difference was, it was popping Holly Swag and Penelope Pink. So you'll see that tonight on Vice TV. And who knows what's going to come out of that faction of the Fab Four, because clearly Holly Swag has put some she's the Trojan horse there.
Yeah, and there's so many factions coming up in WoW right now. We've got Top Tier, who's been dominating the trios. Division over there? What are your thoughts on what's been going on with the change in Coach Campanelli
I'd like,
and
I
Candy
want to
Crush?
see two things happen. My first goal is I'd love to see Santana Garrett get that WoW World Championship that she's after again. And then I would love to see her get two partners and go for the top tier because no one's put the combination together correctly to defeat those three. Gloria Glitter, Candy Crush, and Coach Campanelli. And they call themselves the best thing well, Penelope Pink says the best damn thing in wrestling, but they're clearly top tier, and they make sure we know it every week with Coach Campanelli on the microphone that they're the best trios champions in wrestling.
Santana, what do you think it is your path to get to those titles?
I think it's what David said. It's figuring out who to pair me with in order to be successful. Otherwise, as a singles wrestler, I think it comes down to eliminating the riffraff. The girls who are constantly interfering with the matches. But time will tell. I know for me, I am persistent, I'm determined, and I'm gonna give it everything I've got. But at the end of the day, I still need to feel good about myself in the way that I've done it. And that's always been super important to me. And at times it's held me back, maybe from winning championships or getting certain opportunities. But at the end of the day, I can sleep well at night and know that I'm doing it and I'm doing it the right way.
Now, who in WoW, Santana, that you haven't wrestled yet, that you're looking forward to wrestling? Is there anybody that you're keeping your eye on?
Hmm. So really, I'd like to go through all of the girls, whether it's just for the competitiveness or if it's for mentorship, something I can offer being in the business for 16 years. Um, I love wrestling all walks of life. The luchadors, the girls from Japan, like they all have such different styles. So I'm ready to get in with all the girls. But more importantly, I want that WoW Women's Championship.
Yep. And now, what advice from both David and Santana, I want to know, would you two give any new wrestler that's coming into WoW or somebody that wants to grow up and become a female wrestler?
I have two words. I'll go first on this one, Santana.
Sure.
Uh, Passion and persistence. This is not an easy line of work. It's not something that anyone can do. It's grueling. It's tough. Wow produces their events in Los Angeles. Santana used to hit that road up and down the freeways and the highways and to multiple matches. She missed a lot of family events over the years, and she knows that gruel. She knows that grind, and um, she's got to love it to do it. And she's a lucky one vis-a-vis being introduced to the sport through her dad and traveling with her dad, going to events with her dad, probably setting up the ring in some places, and
Absolutely.
seeing everything from the popcorn being sold to the small venues to the bigger venues that she's wrestled in. So she's seen it A to Z, and it's not easy. So to do it, you got to have passion and you have to be persistent because it takes time. Everyone from even you look at Becky Lynch and where she started and where she is today. I don't know the exact number of years, but it's difficult. And now she's got a family. It's very difficult sport to do, and you got to love it to do it. So those are the two words I think of: passion and persistence.
I love that, David. And you are 100% correct. I mean, you get out what you put in. So the more that you are putting into the sport, into your social media, into promoting yourself, into promoting the company that you work for, the more they'll pour into you, the more the wrestling world will pour into you. So I think that's my biggest piece of advice to add on to what David said.
The
And
other thing is, Mike, you got to be genuine. WoW, as Santana noted, character based, and everyone that comes from Katharina Jinx to Goldie Collins to Candy Crush, who's the boxer, to Coach Campanelli, the coach, all their personas come from them, from whom they really are in real life, and they're tuned up. And Santana's got the headband power. She's the all-American girl. She's from the Ark State, St. Louis. She's from the Midwest. She's the all-American girl. That's all real. That's all genuine. And fans know that. And that's what they gravitate toward. They gravitate toward someone that's genuine. They can smell it, they can see it, and they know it when they see it. And that's why Santana's got allegiance of fans. And I think that's why WoW's gaining in popularity.
Absolutely.
They're seeing the passion and the persistence of everyone that participates in it.
And that's why I love WoW so much. The backstories when you look these girls up and it's like, oh, well, she actually is this, just amplified now. It's amazing. It's incredible. I've got goosebumps again.
yep. And now, real quickly, let's do the lightning round. I'm going to ask you guys two things, and you tell me which ones you prefer, okay? So,
Okay.
are you guys always late or always early?
Always early.
Early.
Video games?
Except today, I was a little late because I was waiting on a phone call, which is my fault. But typically, I'm early.
Video games or games on your phone?
Games
Well,
on my phone. I love solitaire.
Would you rather live in the mountains or live on the beach?
Ooh.
that's easy for me. The beach.
And I'm gonna say mountains because I have the beach. I live in Central Florida. Basically,
Texting or calling?
Santana lives where we want to go, to Florida.
come on, David.
I'm coming down there to look for a training center in the next few months.
Okay, let's coordinate.
Yes.
Okay, what was the next one?
Texting or calling?
Ooh, texting. Texting.
Calling
Action movies or
at any time
comedies?
of the evening.
Action movies or comedies?
Comedy.
Action.
Would you rather eat the same meal every day or try something new every day?
Something new.
New if it's good. Otherwise, I'm
Right. Yeah.
a creature of
And
habit.
we'll do one more because we're running out of time. Have a voice that sounds like a cartoon character or laugh like a honking horn.
Laugh.
Laugh like a honking horn.
Thanks so
That's
much
the
for
best.
joining us here today. Can you tell everybody how they can follow you on social media?
Well, you can follow me, Santana Garrett, on basically all of my social media platforms.
And for myself, Mike, and fans, just go to @Wow Superheroes on any platform and you can get engaged with myself and all the Wow Superheroes. Go to WOWE.com, hit the button up at the top for the zip codes and also the button for WowWare. And you can get those great t-shirts like you're wearing and some sportswear that's available on WOWE.com. We're excited to come to Roku TV this summer. Vice TV is tonight. Watch us in syndication every weekend and watch us anytime 24/7 on Pluto TV. Wow, the most available wrestling show in the country.
And you guys can follow me on social media. On Instagram, I'm @official Mike Rand, as well as on Facebook. On X, I am Mike Rand.com, like the website MikeRand.com, where you can find all my socials. And of course, here on YouTube, @official Mike Rand. Thank you two again for joining us here today. And we will talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.